The 8 cover letter attention grabbers described in this video can give you a big advantage over other job applicants. Are you on the edge of your seat? Well, I hope so, because I'm really excited to share these with you. Plus, if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you how to get a free copy of the Magic Cover Letter Quick Start Guide and Template for Microsoft Word, Google Docs, and Mac Pages, which will help you grab the attention of hiring decision makers and make a great first impression.
Yes.
Welcome, Happily Employed Rockstar. I'm Robert with themagiccoverletter.com, and you are in the right place to learn the secrets to getting a better job. Click that red subscribe button down below and the bell, and let's get started. So, one of the challenges of finding a better job is that there is no one-size-fits-all cover letter. I know, it's a pain. But the reality is that every company is different, every job is different, and you are unique. So that means that every cover letter that you write must be customized to fit the job, fit the company, and your own personality. Well, how do you do that? In my opinion, in my experience, there are 3 ways that you can grab attention with your cover letter. The first way is by the language that you use in the cover letter. The second way is how the cover letter is designed and laid out. And the third way is how do you actually deliver it to the hiring decision maker. Let's look at each of these in order. Why is language one of the 3 key cover letter attention grabbers? Well, number 1, when you describe your qualifications using the language of the job description, not only do you make your cover letter and resume more machine searchable for those keywords, but you also build subconscious rapport with the reader. Now, you might be thinking, well, what's this subconscious rapport stuff with hiring decision makers, Robert? Well, here's how subconscious rapport works. So, basically, we think in language at the subconscious level, and that simply means below our awareness, our level of awareness. Our mind is thinking in terms of language. And so when we're able to tap into that, anytime we're able to tap into that, we automatically have rapport with the person that we're communicating with. So if a company is in a particular industry, that particular industry has a language that they use to talk about the work they do, the goals they want to achieve. And so, and to some degree, each company within an industry is going to have some nuances to the language that they use. So the more that you can describe your experience using that same language, the more rapport you will automatically have with whoever's reading your cover letter, even though they may not necessarily be aware of it. And you might be up against a candidate with identical qualifications as yours, but if you are using the language of their job description and appealing to them at the subconscious level, you are more likely to be invited to an interview than the candidate who does not do that. So that's why language is important. So that's number 1. Number 2, your cover letter must be authentic. That means it must sound like it was written by you, instead of following some scripted template off one of the big, giant job search sites. They're going to pop up if you type in cover letter template, right? You're going to get a template, and hiring managers can spot those scripted templates from a mile away because everybody's downloading them and using the same template. So that's why you've got to do something different. Remember, if you follow the crowd, you're going to blend right in. But if you want to stand out, you've got to take a different route. That rhymes. Your goal is to make sure your cover letter is uniquely you. Number 3, your cover letter must avoid generalized words that mean essentially nothing. Words like motivated and enthusiastic and strategic. My interview killing words to avoid video has a whole list of these words and what to do instead. I've dropped a link to that down in the description. Your cover letter must describe your accomplishments using specific measurable evidence that you meet or exceed the job requirements. This means talking about the results that you have achieved. Number 5, your cover letter must start with an opening hook that grabs the attention of the reader and close with a powerful call to action that tells the reader what you want them to do next. Before I talk about the next 2 key cover letter attention grabbers, I'm really curious. What's the craziest thing you've ever done to get the attention of a hiring decision maker? I'd love to see your answer down below, and if you leave one, I'll reply and let you know what the craziest thing I've ever done to get the attention of a hiring decision maker. Design is the second of the 3 key cover letter attention grabbers. And this is number 6. Most people are visual, and therefore your cover letter must be visually appealing. Think of your cover letter as an advertisement for you, and make sure it is appropriately designed with your reader in mind to be visually appealing. This means it should be laid out well and very readable. If you have to hire a professional to do that, I highly recommend it. I talk about this topic in a little more detail in my video about how to make your cover letter easy to read. I've dropped a link in the description. Number 7, all great advertisements have a powerful headline that draws the reader in. Your cover letter must do the same. Now, whether your introductory headline in your cover letter is simply your first sentence or it's actually a big headline that starts the letter off will depend a lot on the company that you're applying to, the kind of job it is, and your own personality. All good advertisements are tailored to their audience, and so you want to tailor your cover letter to the audience that you're trying to persuade to offer you an interview. Delivery is the third of the 3 key cover letter attention grabbers, and this will be number 8 in our list. A very powerful way to grab attention is to deliver your cover letter and resume in a way that is unexpected but still appropriate. For example, if everybody is submitting their resume and cover letter online, you may want to consider submitting yours via a FedEx envelope delivered overnight to the hiring decision maker. Now, obviously, if there are very specific instructions about submitting it online, you're going to want to follow those instructions. I recommend you do that first. And then you still may want to go ahead and send a copy via snail mail or overnight, right? You can go ahead and do that, and you can even say in your cover letter, hey, I submitted online, but I want to make sure you had a personal copy on your desk, right? You can make it very personal and very professional, letting them know you've followed the protocol, but you also want to get their attention and express how much interest you have in the position. This is a great way to set you apart from all other job applicants who are simply following the crowd and doing what everybody else does. Another great option for delivery that you may want to consider is to hand deliver your cover letter and resume. Now, obviously, if you decide to do that, you're going to want to dress appropriately for that company. You're going to probably want to be prepared for the interview before you do this, because you never know, you might actually get invited to come in and talk to the hiring manager if you show up at the office and look like somebody they would be interested in hiring. I do recommend, if you're going to do that, that you actually take your cover letter and resume and you bind it. You put a nice cover on the front of it. At the top, you put resume of, and you put your name here. And then down here, you put prepared especially for, you put the name of the hiring decision maker that you want to deliver it to, their job title, and the name of the company. And you actually walk in and you're going to introduce yourself. You're going to hand this to probably the assistant, but you're going to announce, hey, I'm here to apply for this job and submit my cover letter and resume for this position. I brought a special copy just for so-and-so, and you're going to tell them their name and ask them to hand it to them. So that can be a really powerful way, again, to set yourself apart from everybody else in terms of how you are delivering your cover letter and resume. And there is one more thing. How magical would it be if there was a free quick start guide and template that you could use to write your very own attention-grabbing magic cover letter Well, there is. Simply go to themagiccoverletter.com/quickstart and download your copy right now. The link is also in the description. And if you know anyone who could benefit from the information I've shared in this video, please feel free to forward this to them. And until next time, unleash your big dreams by asking yourself this powerful question: what if it's possible now?